Drink coffee? Yeah, me too. Guilty as charged. I'm frequently asked like when coffee becomes a detriment to somebody. And not surprisingly, it's when you drink too much, but it's also when you drink coffee. So, coffee, the lift we get from that is usually from adrenaline. It pokes our adrenaline. It kind of puts us in a slight fight or flight mode. But what ends up happening after we poke adrenaline is that we stimulate cortisol. Cortisol's main job, now if we were running away from a beast in fight or flight mode, cortisol's main job is to melt glycogen out of the liver into glucose and then take all that glucose and kind of put it in our muscles to run away, put it in our brain to make it sharp. But most of us are just sitting around. Maybe we're even having a cup of coffee in our morning commute, sitting in the car. So all that sugar just kind of sits there. All the signals get amplified and we get some inflammation. Now, remember the sugar piece. So if you're having another cup of coffee, let's say when you get to the office, and then another, and most people kind of know that if they have too much coffee before 2 o'clock, they're probably not going to sleep very well, so they'll stop. But I had somebody in here the other day, and they drink 72 to 100 ounces of coffee before 2 o'clock. That's a lot. And then they crash between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. And this is somebody who wants to have peak performance, trying to take a business to the next level, for example, and they're crashing in the afternoon and can't figure out why. Well, when you go back and look at how glucose is getting dropped into the system, and then we abruptly stop, and cortisol just naturally kind of rises with the sun and sets with the sun, by 5 o'clock, there's no glucose in your system. So it's an emergency to your brain. That's the fuel your brain works on, and it starts to wind you down, sometimes all the way down, and you want to take a nap. So if you are a coffee drinker, I would keep it to 1 cup. Another trick that we recommend, cortisol is also responsible for waking us up. A lot of people have coffee right when they wake up. Don't do that. Have a little bit of water with a little pinch of salt in it. Delay your coffee until breakfast, or maybe when you get to the office after a couple hours. Cortisol will have woken you up. You will have a couple hours to have seen the sunlight, and then it's a great time to have a cup of coffee, and you will get the exact boost and mental clarity that you want from that without crashing. So don't overdo it, and shift your coffee consumption to mid-morning, and you will get a lot more optimal in your energy throughout the day. If you want more tips like this, continue to watch this channel. Please drop some comments in the comments here on the YouTube channel. I'm more than happy to answer your questions, and check out my website. It's drdanwool.com. In the meantime, it's Dr. Wool. Fix your gut. Solve your health.